McFly, stepping, I feel like the guy. I got them looking like why, I never doubted me why, I never doubted my guys. You know you in it for win, I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend, only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids, that's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends, had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win, you know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold, I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb, I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my calls are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my calls are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital. The dash digital, run it up. Digital, 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 digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm trying to feed my kids, I'm trying to keep my way, I'm trying to live my life while we get rich. My biz, money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up. Digital, 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 digital.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about more streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone codex, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said was you. Turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do be clean. Then you come to the bed and you love feel dirty. It's everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? What we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Sneaking up on you, there's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it down. You know what you want to do. but that catches party on. I'm a Gemini, and she's a Scorpio, but that don't cross our minds when we on the cardio. Bet you wanna peek, bet you wanna see something. We don't wanna give, we don't wanna give nothing. I'm a Gemini, she's a Scorpio.
Check 1 2 1 2.
When we on the cardio.
Here we go.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane, and we're taking a look at the market tonight. Interesting developments. It is Saturday night, and number go up. That's unusual. That's a sign of retail. Is it retail? Is a retail coming in? Maybe. I did see an article citing that retail was starting to trickle in, and this weekend I think we can start to see the effects. This is when it starts getting juicy, people. This is when the good stuff starts happening. When the numbers start pumping up on the weekend, then you got to worry about them pumping up over the weekend, and you got to worry about them dumping back down during the week. This is kind of a cool time. Just starting to get started. It'll take it several weeks here, several months here to kind of start fleshing out, but this is a great little sign, which leads me back over here to Bitcoin. We're on the 4-hour chart here. We'll jump out to the bigger time frame in just a second, but you know, is that anticipation? The possibility, losing that 9 moving average, losing the 50 to 21 to come down, possibly retest 48, 500, 800, somewhere through there. Still a possibility. I mean, even on the 4-hour, we're in the middle of a red Ichimoku cloud right here, which usually sucks us underneath it, and then we have to pop out through a red cloud. We can still look at those things. Also, this is halfway through the channel. We haven't made it above that. Finding some resistance here at the 50 moving average. This may be as high as we go, or what if we're not reversing or pulling back? What if we're in either distribution or reaccumulation? Which is why I've got these two lines drawn right there, trying to catch these areas, and it's starting to look like it. Now, right around these areas, well, I've also got 1.27 fib, because if this is some kind of Wyckoff reaccumulation rather. At some point, I'm looking for a spring to the downside, and I think it might come right down here, just right at 50,000, and then that would be the sign. Ooh, we're getting ready to try to break to the upside, if that's what we're going through. You can go through, Wyckoff is not so much a pattern as it is a series of events, but for pattern traders, we can just section it off into a channel, sideways channel, horizontal channel, and we're good. We're looking for the big bear trap. We just want to make sure our channel is catching the lows here. If I had to readdress this one, and I guess I will, I'd bring it back down to these wicks. Is this enough to be a spring for Wyckoff? In my opinion, probably no. This will probably play out again for another high and another low around here. And then, and no guarantees that this price about 50,000 we hit. That's just me using the tools that I use to get a good target for it. And that's what I'm coming up with, and that's what I'm playing for it. If that is what we're in. Still kind of waiting for this. M top is, she's pretty much almost been notified, as we could not break down below this little neckline, waistline, however you want to look at it. Get a candle open below it and continue to the downside. Instead, we bounced. And like to be nice. So we could possibly be seeing 56, 52, 6, maybe 52.9. We may have the whole range up to 53,000. And we may be ranging here for a little bit. We'll just have to keep our eyes on that. What we can see is that our moving averages here are starting to twist up and everything. And then they're all starting to consolidate is the word I'm looking for, where they all just kind of gradually come over here and start twisting around on each other. So if you look back, you can see where that's played out through the time frames. Over here at the 1 hour, without having to go through all the other ones on the downside. Or that's 45 minutes. The 1 hour that came up here. And we're going to see this play out on all the time frames until I guess we do the one of the bigger ones, where maybe the 4 hour, maybe the daily. We'll have to take a look and see what happens there. But when they all come up meet, then we got to figure out, you know, is which side's it going to break out on, the upside or the downside of that 200. And so here we are at the 2 hour moving its way up there, just like the 1 hour did. So we're going to see this progression happen more than likely until we see a breakdown on one of them. Let's see where the daily is. Daily, I don't think is going to move up there to do that. That would take a very long time, in my personal opinion, for it to get up there to move that. 4 hour, I think, is the one that we need to watch out for. She is at a good place to get rejected, bouncing off there. So it's not out of the question that she would come down here to the bottom of the pattern if the rejection continues. It's also now the question that she would find support here at this very important 618 Fibonacci. Very key level, very strong level. That's one I'm really, if we break south of that, I'm going to get nervous. If we stay above it, we're good. I mean, even if we break out of this level and drop all the way down there, I mean, I'm still bullish. But even more bullish if this is like an accumulation. We do know that the big dogs are wanting all the Bitcoin, and they're making all the moves to get all that they can. And that's no joke. And it's not just VCs. It's not just the funds out there trying to get in on the ETF action, and I mean the retirement plans and all that stuff. All that stuff is still coming. I heard a very curious theory about BlackRock and the BTC ETF and an angle to try to gain control. That's a very good argument, and I wouldn't put it past that's maybe what they're thinking. We might be able to talk about that a little bit later. I don't think it would work in the end, though. Well, hit me up with a bunch of ones in chat if you want to talk about that. But here we are. Possible distribution? Since we're above the 618, I kind of don't see that as distribution. I think we would have distributed right down here where we had the chance. Accumulate above this key level? I believe that's the idea that the big boys are playing with right there. And who knows, they may still dump it down here to this little level at some point. I don't know what they're going to do. But we know eventually that Bitcoin will rise and it will get an all-time high. This might just be the first steps of it. Shout out to everybody who's here, hanging out with me. Glad to have you here. I know I saw Strega in here earlier and Dave P. Got Sam Webb. How's it going, Sam? Strega has no kind words today. That's a full moon. It is a full moon. And we did get a Bitcoin pump on the full moon, so you got that. So I think it was last night when a coin came across here, I think it was on a request, right? It really piqued my interest. That was NAVI? I think it... Did we not talk about this last night? If not, then that's why I'm bringing it up. I went in on this. Oh, no, it wasn't here. I'm sorry. I got all confused. This was over on... this is on the Telegram group. So Telegram group, if you use Telegram, if you don't use folders, you're probably losing your mind because it just looks like rah, and you get all this crap coming in and don't know what to do, right? If you go into settings and make folders, it makes your life a lot easier. And I got my own little Road Dog folder up here with all my little chat groups, and it's basically the lounge and the chart room. Those are the two ones. The other ones, yeah, they're gone. They're not functional. Not up and running. But over in the chart room, if you click that, it's got all these little topic rooms. I didn't know you could do that, or I would only have one Telegram place to hang out, right? I didn't know. What were we talking about? Where are you, baby? Yeah, Navi. I put a chart up on it right here over for Uniswap. It's I guess $1 in ETH. This is it. This is what I like about it. Big megaphone pattern. Not quite breaking the high. It's the degen in me, not waiting to go by the rules. The rules say, wait till you get a higher high, get above that 12 cents. And that's what I actually spelled out the rules there. That's when here, we'll just go over it. But I think this one's a hot one. The tokenomics and just the fact that it's like a $2 million market cap. It's risky, but you know, sometimes you take a risk and it pays off. Pretty cool little project, and we'll just kind of run through that one kind of quick. Not shilling, just saying, hey man, wasn't on my radar until I can't remember how I got on my radar. Someone said something about it, right? Anyway, she's nice and juicy. And if you mentioned it here on the stream, maybe I checked it out later or something. I can't really remember. I just lost you. There we are. So, she's went up 20% today. So, oh yeah, sweet. Because I did this one last night. Boom, chakalaka. I could have sworn it had like a 2.7 or something $1 million market cap. Could you possibly went up that much in one day? It's a 6.7 million dollar market cap. Circulating supply is 51 million. Maximum supply is only 300 million. So it's a lot better than this 10 billion crap out there that you see. Because frankly, man, I mean, you see what happens when they get too many coins out in circulation. It takes forever price will move at first, but then you get to a plateau really quick where it just don't want to do much. So then we got to start burning tokens, and we're going over tokenomics and stuff. Why just start out with lower amounts, in my personal opinion. It's got an ETH contract. So I think it's kind of cool. Let's take a look at the website. Drive to Earn AI is a depin play. And depin is a big thing. Now recently I got the, I just put it in my wife's car and tried to get it going tonight. Demo. I got the demo thing, which ironically I have no demo tokens. I guess I figure I'll earn them through the Drive thing. But this is very similar to that. It's the Drive to Earn AI navigation app with licensed vehicles NFTs. Pretty cool. Awesome website, I'll tell you that. You can download it in Android or App Store. Refer your friends. I don't even think you have to have, do you have to have hardware on this one? See, the demo, you have to have the hardware, and I don't buy that. It's about $100. It's really cheap. I'm not sure if I'm completely got it signed in yet, though. But this one, I don't think you do. Creating the very best navigation app with cutting-edge technology such as machine learning and blockchain, Atlasnavi is set to become the leading navigation choice for drivers around the world. Earn for each $mile driven. Is that the coin? No, Navi's the coin. Better routing. It analyzes the road 25 times per second, which generates 100 times better data than other navigation apps. What we got here? Real-time information, traffic and road condition detection through a smartphone or dash camera. Oh, through either? Could you use existing dash cams? That would be cool. Atlasnavi is a navigation app that uses AI and a smartphone camera to avoid traffic by detecting road conditions, accidents, traffic in each lane, police vehicles, and more, kind of like WASI or Waze in a way. If it's doing more of the real-time data kind of thing, that's kind of cool. But Drive to Earn with the licensed 3D vehicles NFTs. So somebody you can do that NFT onboarding. I don't know how that works, but somehow it does. It can make you money, and it's a depin project. I think it's kind of cool. Trusted by who? NVIDIA, Machinations, OMV, Biltos. Haven't heard of them. Alfa Romeo. We got sports team. Abaroth or Abarth. KuCoin. Okay, here's some exchanges and things. Are you on KuCoin? I think maybe it is on KuCoin. That's why I had to go to over to the Uniswap to get it, because, well, I have neither KuCoin or Gate.io. Interesting project, I think, at a very juicy low market cap, and it's been going up. It's baby, this is the 13 cents. I got her at 11s. Daddy happy. All right, so taking a quick look at the market before I go over to NAVI and chart it to see what's going on. We need to take a look at what is going on. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. That's good. That's good. When Bit comes down, especially like on the big runs to the downside. Remember, this is a 4-hour chart. This is not really a big run. You want to see a big run? The very best run was the first. Well, I'm not really the first one. That was the first one. Was right up here at 2017, March 2017, all the way down to February 2018. That was altcoin season that may never ever be reproduced. I don't know. As many more altcoins. This is when we only had Bitcoin, right? And so it was 90-something% of the market caps, and here comes altcoins, and it slowly drags us all the way down to 36% market cap for Bitcoin. And here we are sitting at 52. Now, I think there's a good possibility we can come up to 73, which would be kind of high, and kind of what we did last time too. Some people are just thinking about 60, and I saw that for a little while, but we got very bullish since then. The bad thing is, breaking out from this, could we ever see 95% again? I can't imagine what the story would be for altcoins. So we'd have to come up here and get rejected. But this makes a double bottom, and it makes me really question that. How could this possibly play out? Well, so that'll be interesting. But when we see Bitcoin dominance going down, that's when it went down here. That was altcoin season. This was a nice little season. We need to see it do it again and see, we're just getting a little bitty red candle. So I can't really be saying, oh, we're in altcoin season now, because we're not. And actually, if you look here, I'm on the weekly chart, Bitcoin dominance. We just got a golden cross on the weekly. Man, what's this time to get in on Bitcoin? I'm just saying. So that leads us over to total 3 that we got to take a look at, which has been doing good too, right? On the weekly, she's been doing good. Even our indicators here are saying, hey man, it's still going to keep going up. So we're going to see total 3 kind of go with Bitcoin dominance a little bit, as it seems apparently that money is coming into both Bitcoin and the altcoins at the moment. Can we figure that out? But how long will it last? How long will the fun and games last before we get rejected? Well, I've got this major trend line I got dotted over here, and that's what I'm kind of gauging this by, because when we come closer to it, we get rejected. And we kind of phased out. We got another new trend line to give us even more resistance at a top side, but we can still pump up quite a bit on a little kind of rangy thing. But it's trying to reclaim the 9 moving edge, starting to look bullish. But it's got a lot of obstacles, so I don't see this really taking off too bad, but enough to get paid, definitely. However, she breaks above this dotted trend line, then that's Road Dogg saying, oh crap, I was wrong, it's going to do totally the opposite and just blow our minds, because if she breaks above that trend line, regains that level, she will blow our minds. That's really what I'd like to see. Do it, I dare you. I dare you, but it does look like we're going to be adding possibly another 40 billion could be coming. Maybe into the market. 40 billion. There is lots of buy pressure here on these wicks and lots of sell pressure on the other side. People want to take that profit on their altcoins. Meanwhile, we get to see some of them pop off pretty nicely. And looking at Mr. Crypto Bubbles, it's a pretty good day, man, for the top 100, wouldn't you say? Jasmine's just killing it. Thought I'd catch some at 14 cents, but no, it had other plans. LPT said, screw 70 cents, buddy. I'm breaking $1. Kaspa said, what? 16 cents? I'm going back to 17. They're getting crazy. You need a place to keep your coins, though, so that's why they have SecuX wallets. They need that name, SecuX. I just want to say succubus. That would be a cool name, Succubus Wallets. And also, as always, Tangem. Dog, DWG, save you 10%. That's all the shills I got for you tonight. We're coming back and getting into the charts now. We were looking at, I didn't forget, NAVI, which I think is very interesting one to keep on your radar. It's got on KuCoin. If you have access to KuCoin, you can trade it. This is the daily chart for it, and it looks very interesting. Look at this. Nice. Nice and rounded bottom. We like the rounded bottoms here. They're nice and juicy. And if I do some a little analysis on this, ooh, she made it up to the 786, came back, retested this. This is what I wanted to mark. Just spell out our accumulation zone as it has been officially tested. And now it is being forgotten about. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Actually, this is where all the cool kids got in at 2 cents. Yeah. They're sitting like at a 6X right now, smoking cigars on the beach. I don't know. I imagine they are. What do you imagine they're doing? We'll pull a swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Such a need to buy down here around the 7.5 cent area. Dip down just a little bit lower to retest that previous area that we marked off. That accumulation zone. Now she's on her way up. And my target is 24 cents. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. A 2x from where we are now. But no matter how you chop it. Oh, did I, yeah. No, I did it. Alright, because you're not the 618. Yeah, you're not the 618. I forgot you went under the 618. That was the 618. So measure move should also take us there, although it is worth saying since that is the bottom of the price. What's that price? 22? It would be worth noting. I'm not going to mark it though. I'm going to stick with the 24 cent area there. I am also, I guess I'm just doing fibs tonight, huh? I'm also shooting for the 28 cent area. Yeah, if it's going to make a higher high from this previous high over here, that's what I got it going to. Gosh darn it. We just lost it. We just lost it. What happened? A ghost came in. A ghost kitty cat came in and stepped all over my keyboard. Okay, let's do it this way. Right now, I'm just doing this out of my curiosity. I'm looking for a possible, if this is a big start of some crazy Elliott wave. Well, I'm going to mark out those Elliott wave targets because why not? If there's possible a big ass 5 wave coming, you might see 64 cents. I am just pulling. I mean, it's not pulling it out of my butt. There's a method to the madness, but there's no guarantees here because, you know, technically we don't have enough price thing. I'm kind of projecting. Does it make sense? But it's got a probability. The probabilities are still there. So nice. Some might even say a cup and handle. A lot of people would. Price does rise up into it. Does come up, makes a lip. Not quite up here. Did we drop? Yeah, we did. We just did that, didn't we? There is a big cup and handle proponent out there that recently I've noticed they started switching up something on the way they explain it, because they never did this before. But and I hope they stick with it because it puts them pretty much on a much better part. When you're looking for your trace, it's 2/3 of the way down. So basically a 618. So bouncing off of the 618 area, pulling the fib from there. Okay. But most of the time I'm seeing a cup and handles are really just a higher, you know, higher high, higher low. But I'm going to do something crazy here because this is what we got. Now, seeing how these things have been playing out lately, does it make more sense that maybe these high, crazy ass targets might come into play? Because with this pattern, we just ping pong off these ranges until eventually we're not in this pattern anymore. So for this little guy, where did I get in at? I got in last night, so I had to, 11 cents I think is where I got in at. Right here in this area. So, let's figure it out. It's hard to do a trade over on Uniswap though. And that's what sucks, because you can't set your limit orders and everything, so you can't do a proper trade. So it is. Ooh, the 30% stop loss. Hell no. What are we on the daily? Under that candle? Yeah. You break down below that candle, I'm pretty much thinking this trade sucks. But the stop loss is coming. Individual thing. It's how much you risk, man. It's actually the main thing. I have to do this all over. I screwed that up somehow. That's where you control your risk to reward and what you're willing to risk. It's not the amount of money that you're putting on the trade. It's the amount that you get stopped out at should your stop loss be fortunate enough to get hit, because sometimes they don't always get hit. I'm just saying. It'd be true. You better be prepared to deal with that fact. But for instance, we'll be making a trade here. And that was our target. And we're going to FOMO in here. We would put a comfortable stop loss. And the one that kind of makes sense for what I see here. Yeah, we could do that. Put under this last high here, but a little bit. Maybe about let's just say it's 10%. Let's just say it's 10%. 10% is a fairly decent place to put a stop loss, depending on if you're using leverage or not. Leverage will make a big difference. But if I had a $1,000 account and I only wanted to risk 1% of that, that would be what? $10. They have calculators for you to do this too, but you figure out position. But when you tie in your stop loss there, you're only going to lose that 1% or 2%. Some people make 2 or 3. You're getting a little degen-y there. But seriously, if you stick to those rules, it does work. So let's say $20, 2% less stop loss, or a 2% loss is all you're willing to lose on this, your risk. So $20. So whatever 10% stops you out of and gives you a $20 loss. So what was it? Off the top of my head, I was saying this is probably about a $200 trade, right? Lose 10%, you're out $20. $20 to make what? We get 83% at that target. Let's get one that makes the math easier, like 117%. Let's just go to 100% because Road Dogg doesn't want to have to think with he gets a headache tonight. Don't want to do math in his head. Let's keep it easy. We go up to 100% and your $200 is turned into $400. And you only risk $20 to make 200. An extra 200. That's what that's for. I see it sometimes explained, you know, I don't know, man. I see people explain it correctly, and I see some people just kind of, I don't know, and they... That probably explains a few things about their account, though. All right, so Navidad. Or Atlasnavi, I like it. I'm in it, and you can only find it on Uniswap or KuCoin right now. A few other places. It's just kind of new out there, getting in when she's kind of newsy. It's pretty coolsy. And especially if she's just got enough accumulation, I decided I would take a nibble. I just flat out FOMO'd at 11 cents, okay? Okay? Let's check out ORAI for, it's me, Sinister, over on Twitter. ORAI, oraichain. I like this one. I've been in this one for a minute and a while. I got mine working for me over on DeFi. Got it staking over there. I love it. I think this one can do some numbers. I've seen what its cousin Osmosis has done in the past, and considering that, gosh, this is a noisy chart, isn't it? I want to keep the targets there, but we can get rid of that. Well, let's color you white. You were the main trend line. We just extended it to the wicks just so we would have extra confirmation. And actually, that played out beautiful for that retest. So clean up my chart here so we can get some of this noise stuff and little colored dots out of the way. I still got a target up here at the top of this trend line, which right now would probably be closer to $11. I got a Fibonacci coming in at 1163. And I've got a measured move at $15 and at 23 for the full extent of that measured move. This is like just a, you know, a front run measured move, I guess you could say, about $15.94. So we're currently sitting at $9.59, which just seemed totally unreal. Back when it was at $1.97, right? You're like, yeah, that will be the day. Well, hey, today's the day that you start seeing bags go up, man. The worst thing that you can do right now is, I guess, talk yourself into how bad a project sucks that you're in, because if you're patient through this point in time, they're going to multiply. And if you bought too high, they're going to make multiples for you. So at least if you screw up in crypto, if you do it within the past, say, year, you know, get caught on spot, your bags go down, you know, you see them drop 50% or something like that, and you feel like, oh God, I just lost it. Yeah, you'll be fine. You're fine. At a certain point of the year, it's hard to screw it up, and we've had those graces for the past, about the past 18 months, actually. I know. It's been easy to screw up some things, but that's only involved leverage, though, right? Most of the time, wasn't it leverage? Wasn't it? Okay, well, that's different. Leverage will bite your ass. You just got to give it time. You're just petting a snake, kissing a snake. All right, so oraichain, I'm still looking for those higher prices and a good price to get in still. Maybe if it pulls back, maybe to 827, 825 area, might get a pullback. No guarantees on that. This train's already started departing the station here. Boarding time was back at like $2. That was the best time to board that train. Wish I could find that price label. I'm just going to steal this one. Or not. I'm just going to steal this. I'm just gonna steal that one. So that might be a place, and it might not. ORAIchain's doing some good stuff, man. $16. We got a measure move up to $23. I mean, if you were looking for that hopium of where it could possibly go, there is actually a measure move up there. And if we zoom out even more, say to the weekly chart here, take the whole move into consideration there. I got some pretty juicy target. I think it was that whole one, or did I just go from here? Oh, I just wait. What's going on here? Okay. What were you? Something's not labeled right. Okay, so for the whole move, the 618 is like $63. From its all-time high, ORAIchain was at 95 before. Is there a possibility that it can come back to 63? My experience with the chart says, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. And if you're in it, well, that's a good place to win it. Now let me come back and figure out what that yellow line is. That should be a Fibonacci. Can't have misinformation. Oh, was it you? No, it wasn't you. Where the hell did you come from? Oh, up there. Okay, it is. Didn't I just check that a minute ago? Did I walk into an alternate universe? Yeah, that's where we got these two targets. Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. The last swing high was at $59, right? And that's what we're taking the ratios, the measurements from here. So that's why we got 36 being a good target over these next, I don't know, few months to shoot for. But nice, breaking out of accumulation. That's the biggest thing. We're getting out of the accumulation zone, and then look, it's got a chance to just fly up to these higher prices. I mean, just soar up there. There's nothing there, no congestion until we start getting around this $36 to $47 area, and it could get choppy there. So ORAIchain looking juicy to me. I likes it. Bags are packed. Got them working. Ain't planning on really selling or taking profit on that soon. If I have something that's staking or that's doing DeFi or something, I'm not worried about trying to moonbag or anything. I'm just reaping those rewards and letting it pump up. We went over this a while back last week, right, COTI? I mean, you can't say nobody told you about it, because I told you about it. I said, it looks like it's getting ready to do something. I likes it. And it was one that a trading group that I used to be in, they really liked it. But the COTI's changed a lot recently, and they came out with some news and things like that. Look, you had the simple little measure move there. So screw that. 14, 15 cents. Watch this. And we had it up here at 18 cents. And honestly, I just kind of didn't think it would be as bullish to mark any other targets like this one over here, which, you know, it kind of hit, or this little over here where it's nailed. Do you see how it kind of does that? Can you guys see that? Where it wicked up to, if you look over to the left, a lot of times you can see something that matches up in that little zone. And this one nailed it perfect. So that's technically now a support resistance flip. Believes it or not, that might be a key level at this present moment. We're going to mark that little guy. That's an important piece of data. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this fib because it's confusing me right now. All right, so we're getting a big pump out of COTI, which just does not want to slow the freak down. So the news, let's go over here. Let's go to COTI Foundation. That was December. Well, I figured. Well, let's see what they did in December. Biggest upgrade or infrastructure to date was back in December 13th, building an Ethereum layer 2 and using a new technology that's 10 times faster and lighter than ZK solutions. So they've got some new tech over there, and that's what's getting a lot of the hype that I've been hearing about lately. Figured I would see something recently over here, but February 22nd. Since our exciting demonstration of garbled circuits on the blockchain for the first time, major media publishers have covered the news. So she's very hot right now, and you can see what a little bit of news can do to these coins, right? Yeah. So, you know, is it the time to jump in and FOMO in? Oh, gosh. Well, that one would be tricky. I would say to watch if this area 18 cents holds or 19 cents, if it holds there and bounces. If we get a bounce off of, if you say a bounce off of any of these levels through here, you might think about starting to nibble and see. At this point, DCA, man, I'm just telling you honestly, at this point, DCA after she figures out where she's going to come back down to. That would be the coolest strategy for this one. I think it's got some long-term, you know, for a long-term hold, I think it's got some possibilities. Trend lines are telling me that somewhere in this area could be good. 12 cents. It sounds crazy. Hitting 24 cents, but it's not unheard of for it to just bounce right back. After all the hypes, and you know, news gets old, gets tired, you could see it happen. Just saying, so keep that in mind. Best thing to do when they pop off like this, just chill out. Just say, hey man, I missed it. It's okay though, because this market will crash, and then you get your chance. Yeah. And you might get a chance before then. But COTI, 25 cents was a dang good place to take profits. To pay some out, do something. Gosh, dang it. Darn it, darn it. I think I already moonbagged mine. One of them. I've got another one that I'm working on. Checker says, nah, no hard work going on here. I don't even do my road dog homework. So that's the thing about the trading groups that I noticed. People would join them, and I don't know. You might say part of it may be the production quality of the videos there, but I would say it's more than likely it's just human nature. You want to join that trading group to be part of the winning club that you're spilled out. This is a winning club. They're making all these gains. They're doing this. Don't you want to be part of the winning club? So that's what draws you into like a trading group, is being part of the winning club. Kind of like what FOMO into a green candle. You want to be part of a winning trade. It's all the psychology out there, right? But you get in there, and then you know there's things that you have to, they're expected to go through, learn like the very basics of technical analysis and learning about indicators and what this means and how this works and what this pattern does. And you know, it can be, I mean, if you can psych yourself into it and say, yeah, I know this can make life-changing money for me, I can get paid doing this, this could be my new job, and it's kind of easy. After you get past the little, you know, you get familiar with it. It's just getting familiar with it. That's all it is. The analysis is just getting familiar with it. But it does, it comes in time. But no one wanted to go watch those videos, and even my chart school videos, I did the same thing. I got a whole series, just basically a whole course here on YouTube, chart school. Where are you? And you know, they don't get that many views just because I'm looking for a playlist. Yeah, I've got a chart school playlist over here, and that's what I did when I first started my stream, because I wanted, you know, solid content. And then eventually go into the live streams, but I don't know if I can pull up the whole playlist here, but yeah, I've got a bunch of them, man. I've started, and then I started putting them in order, like from 101 all the way up, like the 101 series. There's like a 200 series that starts going into something a little bit deeper, and I started doing a fundamental analysis thing. But you know, I mean, this is all the views that they've gotten. There's not what people are really. You kind of have to. He would say, "Man, I have to put you in a brotherly headlock and make you watch these videos." And after you watch the videos, then you started doing better. But I mean, honestly, it's not as fun it's more fun to be making the money than it is to be watching videos. And that's what everybody wants to do, is just come into a trading group and start making the money without the background. And then, you know, they get kind of a little pissed when they're not doing it, right? You do have to put in some work. I just put all the information over on my Telegram group, and it's there. It's up to you to do the work. And it's free. You don't have to pay somebody $99 to tell you to, you know, to keep you positive, or to tell you that, yeah, just keep on trying. It took me years. Might take you years in this group to really be a master like I am of TA. But just keep giving that $100 a month, and in a few years, yeah. Well, we might make you an elite. What? Moving on now to ORCA. ORCA, I'm mad at you, buddy. I'm pissed at you. I see you on Coinbase, though. I kind of like that. You're at 448. Yeah, you burned me. You did. You burned me. I got a little fiery bag of ORCA that I'm just pissed off about, because ORCA was up here around $6, $7 and all that crap. At one time, I think I saw the possibility of going to $8. I should did go to $8. Was there a chance for it to go? What the hell happened? Or was I waiting? Did I get greedy? Was I looking for 12? She did her little parabolic run right there and then lost it, and then it was just over from there on out until maybe now. Let's hope. She's above the 9 moving average, above the 21. Trying to play with that 50 and that 100. 100 is going right. 50 looks a little bearish. Let's clear all this crap off. What we got here, ORCA? That still looks like about... You look a little off, man. You don't look like you're right on the fib. You don't look like you're on it. You're not on it. I guess you kind of start seeing that proportion after a while, and can kind of tell. I know when I used to work in jewelry and stuff, eventually, after you size so many fingers and stuff, you can just look at one and say, you're a 4.5, you're a 3.5, you're a 5 3/4. you can just, here, they're like, put the ring on first. You nailed it. Yeah, you do it for a while. I don't know. But she is above the 618, so that's nice and juicy. The problem here is this trend line right here that we got to now get above. Kind of doing the same thing on Bitcoin right now too. And Bitcoin, did we go over that with Bitcoin? It looks like it's starting to, you know, it's doing this range thing, and it's getting away from the trend line now to where it can just go on up, and, you know, you'd never know the difference. It's getting that far away from the trend line to where it can just ride underneath it and just keep on going about its happy little self like this one could. I mean, eventually if they come out here and then they start coming up and everything, and this trend line keeps coming up, well, I mean, come on. But that means that there's going to be some sideways or slow sideways for a while to get away from it. But right now we're coming up. We could get rejected. I don't know, but right now we could see some higher numbers. Let's see what we can figure out here. I don't want to, I could do that. Technically, we could be coming up here with an AB equals CD move if it's doing that. So I'll go ahead and mark that target just right off the bat. That's 1228, right there-ish. A lot of it depends on this trend line, though. It really does, how well this plays out. Get no solid. Whoa, yeah, there we go. Right there, candle tops, and there might be something there. I'm looking for a channel that we changed trajectory, so we're just trying to identify it now. Let me tighten this little guy up, see if we get anything else. we got this level here horizontally. We seem to have flipped. So your horizontals are probably your strongest support resistance, and then your diagonals, like what I do with my trend lines, I think that would be your close second. You see them respect the diagonals a lot more. I mean, well, they fall to the horizontals at that. It's really like a big chain link fence. They just kind of go several directions in there. It's like a mesh. So we can look at this little guy. It's also in a channel. There, perfectly on a nice channel. Finding a nice little point of support here at this little guy. Loves it. So the chances of it going up from here look pretty good to me. I would split it. But we could be a little ballsy. Your standard measure move is not exciting on a channel, but it often you find that it'll do better than just the standard measure move. But that says that we could go up to around 725-ish if we get a breakout to the upside. That's a nice little short-term target, you know. What can you do bigger for me on the daily here? This one's kind of important. And so I'm curious if we start going up there, you're going to see some rejection about 582, possibly. We'll paint him orange as caution. So that's kind of what I'm seeing possible there. But you also got the targets up here at the higher highs we got. So 905, that is going to be another area. You would front run it if you're putting a target there, because well, there's no guarantees it's going to make it up there, but it can definitely put the old college try in. And if she does make it up there, are you ready? I think we already did this, right? Swing low, swing high. Yeah, right there should be our new higher high by my system, and it may go a little higher. But I expect it to go to 1050 if we're going to make our way to a new higher high. And that's the magic of the 127. It sounds mystical, but I like it. You can also do this little guy. Take the measure move, put it to the breakout. If she wants to use it as that such kind of brings us right up here to this area that we just pointed out, my 127 area, 1052-ish that way. So there. And if you just want to be just obnoxious and just guesstimate, just like, hey, just very flippantly throw one out there, you could do this. And then it comes close to the areas we're looking at, unless you want to take it and say something about getting your angle right and just put it wherever the hell you want it to, and just say, hey, $15, it's because that's just some bullshit that I see sometimes on YouTube. Did I say that out loud? It's time to make the donuts. Darn it, I don't feel like we got over many coins tonight. I talked too much. Even says you've forgotten about more coins than I know about. Strega. Kaspa. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Well, let's Road Dog testing this. Oh, hey. Appreciate that. Good looking out, Strega. If I leave a graphic on too long, please let me know. Appreciate that, Strega, because I'm not looking at the screen that you guys see. And if there's something blocking it. Or else I'll leave it up there all night and I'll come back. And I had to watch the reruns to do the timestamps, and I'm like, I don't even want to do timestamps on this. I don't even want anybody to come watch this one. Just let it ride. All right, let's check out Kaspa. Man, I had a list of stuff to go over and I'm just not getting it. I think we're going to have to go a little bit longer than an hour, and I'm going to have to speed up. All right, Kaspa. So I had these two little areas. Oh, you're right here, 18 cents too. I didn't draw a line on it. Let me see if I can get a line. Can we get a line back over here? So I had 18 and the 17 just as areas that is going to get caught up at, and probably get rejected. Short term. My main target is really right up here around 22 cents. And if we just follow this trend line, it's also suggesting now maybe somewhere up around 20. So around 20 to 22 cents, I have a measured move about 22 and a half. I think we've reached, well, that's a measured, what's this? We didn't mark you. Sometimes I'm not marking my lines. And that's, okay, so we got a measured move to 20.6 as well. It's either a measure move or it's an AB equals CD, which is still a type of measure move. I think it's AB equals CD. So we had the we just felt that buying 4 cent Kaspa was just too expensive. Oh God, 5 cents? Oh hell no! We're gonna wait till it comes back to 3 or 2.5. No, we're gonna wait. Oh, 5 cents? Hell no. I paid 2.5. There's no way I'm paying 5 cents for Kaspa. And then a rising wedge, and then, you know, they normally break to the downside about 60, was it 64, right? 60% of the time it breaks to the downside. I mean, it has a 40% chance to break to the upside. But when it normally doesn't, but when it does, it's balls to the wall. Let's go. Let's get it. You want to be on that space rocket ship. And that's exactly what happened. But what we formed with this big ass megaphone pattern right here that we've been in forever. And those are fun. We're seeing that on a lot of coins right now, and they're fun. And you're seeing the fun because the number go way up and the number may come way down. And the number go back way up and the number may come back way down. There's a little fluctuation there. But their last one from $10 to 18, nice. Looking for a possibility for Kaspa could come back to 13.6. Whether it will or not, I can't yet say. I had a special day thing. I need to take more notes. This should mean a switch in something. It's a time frame thing that I'm not gonna get into, but because it's too woo-woo. But I think it means something's good's going to happen. Let's hope. All right, let's get that guy on there and take better notes next time. It's all about this moving average, man. We may be breaking back up into it, and my little date thing's giving me an inclination that that may be what we're seeing. Let's hope. I got no confirmation on that until we close a candle above that 9 moving average, start regaining some ground. She's trying to do it, man. She's trying to do it in a 4 hour, the daily. May not see this 13.6 area, but if she does pull back, let's see, where did you come back to? You bounce off the, you're above the 236. Oh, that's juicy. So when you get an impulse move like this, you know, get your move up, you measure with a fib. And if they bounce off the 236 and just keep, you know, go, oh hell, hold on, it's getting ready to go up crazy. And it can come down to the 382 and still have a really, really strong move. So these two areas are great places to come back and see a bounce and jump in and take the ride onto the upside if you confirm a bounce from there. But a lot of times what you see is they kind of fiddle-faddle around and eventually come back down to the 618 area, which for some reason is not marked right. Unless I did it from down here. No, that's even weirder. Maybe I did it from here. I don't know. It's right there. That will work. So, and eventually they could come down, and it could. Technically, it can come all the way back down to this trend line, which is the 786 area, even the 886 area. It can. Before it continues to slowly regain its ground. But bouncing off here is quick, fast, and hard, and the more it comes down here, the more work it's got to do. But 618 is usually a good bounce place too. So in a nutshell, the higher ones that bounce off of, the more momentum is going to be behind that move, the better price action that you generally see. It's usually a much stronger move coming. And so I'm always looking for that. So when we lose those levels, when we start coming down to these in the middle, the 50 and the 618, and those are, you know, They're all right. Takes them a while to get there. Takes them a while to get out. Still good. Come down to these bottoms, and you can usually hit those, and those are usually pretty solid for bounces. If you're looking, oh gosh, where are you ever going to turn around? These are usually some solid areas, the 786 and the 886. But well, then and usually you get a good move from there as it works its way back up. Then you got some special extensions that we won't get into at the moment, unless somebody asks about it. Because otherwise, I'm just keeping repeating stuff. Where are we at on Kaspa? All right, so I'm still looking for 20 to 22 cents. I doubt that it breaks to the upside of this, but if it does, it's a brand new coin. I don't know. It's got a great freaking narrative behind it. If it does, oh hell. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, you could. See, Elliot thinks it's on the 5-way, and it's definitely getting ready to come back to 13 cents. Yeah, Elliot's being a little bear right now. As long as I see it above that 9 moving average, baby, she's doing good. Loses at 9, then yeah, Elliot may be right. To see it do something like this would be absolutely just freaking crazy and pretty awesome. Could it? You're never going to know until you actually see it happen. And I'm just not seeing the sign of it just yet. Oh, look, that's identical with our angle there. That's cool. I think it's got a good chance to get rejected at 20 or 22 and just slowly step stuff way up. If it breaks up past that and goes up, man, that's going to be fast. Who knows, maybe 38, 40 cents. No need to even go there until we start seeing it. We could take some fib measurements and get some ideas, but right now it's all just hopium. So right now we got 17 cent Kaspa though. Yeah. That's 10 cents more than what it was, a few months ago. Pretty cool. And I keep mining this little guy, and I keep buying this little guy as it retraces. One of my dark horses. Kaspa is one of my dark horses. Of course, it's a lot more popular than this other dark horse of mine, which is Decred, which is now back up to $20. Is this going to be your time to shine, Decred? That's what I got to know, because this is one, and I say it, and I've had the juicy buy zones down here at $12 because last time it was at $12, it ran straight up to $250. Yeah, say that. Yeah, it can do that kind of stuff. So getting it sub $20, I was buying it sub $20 last time it did that. So just waiting to see a repeat. I can at least see a partial repeat, even if it just gets up to $100 or even just 65. Pretty cool, not bad. But she gets back up to 200 or more. This one's a very interesting project. Don't know about it, do some research. It's a hybrid. Proof of work, proof of stake, or was. There may be some changes going on now. I haven't checked back with it lately. But that's one of my dark horses that's glad to see that it's starting to do some stuff. I need to see where you are. Okay. 3-day, you're trying to get above the 200 moving average. You're above the 9. That's cool. 1 day, you're above them all. Buy signal came in back December 9th on this little guy, and she popped up to $26 and then came all the way back to 14. She does like to range a little bit. She might be a nice little trader coin, but I've not been trading her. I've just been collecting her because I want that big X number coming. We also have Near, which was really juicy to buy at $1. Now she's flirting around with $4 and $5. She's currently sitting at what, 378? Oh, what do we got here? Does that work? Oh, it's got a. The only reason I did that is because I got this wick right here. Oh, well, not right here, but let me get my little bottoms in. And we got that wick right there. And it does not touch this trend line to that wick again until right in this area. And I just gotta tighten up my lines just a little bit. So, wow. Well, all these other targets were clearly hit, so I guess we can at $1.44 and 209 and see how it did there. Support resistance flip. See how it did here on this target, this measured move. The blue lines are measured moves. Support resistance flips on those. So measured moves are kind of cool, and that's usually what they're pointing out a lot of times is a possible support resistance flip. Sometimes they'll get rejected and have to come back and reclaim that. Break above that, you see them come back to those measured moves sometimes. It's pretty cool. Right now, we got a double bottom confirmed and a retest of it. You can look at it that way. See this red line represents our accumulation level and also we'll call it the neckline for this possible Adam and Eve type formation, which has a measured move from the top down to the bottom of it. You put that at the belt line, neckline, however you want to say it, and that is your measured move, which pretty much got nailed right here. You can't expect them to go exactly to the T. It is cool when they do it, and sometimes you see it. We see it a lot here, and sometimes it goes past it. You treat it as a zone, like it's a little cushion, and you front run that sucker a little bit with some of your orders when you're trying to sell them. I'm just saying. The worst thing I could think that you would do, and it looks like this is how you do it, is that you put it up there, you identify the exact penny. This one is going to exactly $4.66.1. I'm going to put my limit order there. Probably not the best thing to do. You would have had to catch that one, although it could still come up and just nail it. But why do you want to write that down? So it's good to front run, just as a general practice. It's good to layer out and not sell your whole bag at a target. It's good to have more than one target. It's good to have more than one bag. It's good to have crypto in general. So we're in a channel trying to break out of that little channel. Cool, cool. I think you're trying to do it, baby. And the only other place I got to go is right up here. I'm going to go to that candle body. It sucks. There's really nothing but price does travel in the channel, so don't have 2 touches yet. This is not technically legit. Unless you're counting these wicks on the daily. I guess we would have touches, but I'm just going about the body, man. So what this tells us is that this angle to the dangle can be resistance up here somewhere, right above whatever candles we are following that trend line. Right now it's at 533, so where we could be headed, which is almost a 2x. Got a target over here at 622. That should be a Fibonacci area, giving us a little confluence. She can ride her up there. She needs to get past this area at 437. That's going to be a little bit of a hiccup because that was our latest high there, even up to 458, 459. Latest there, hold that area before she starts making some higher highs. To me, she's got a nice little rounded bottom accumulation. A lot of times you will see them do the megaphone pattern, which is what she looks like she's doing. She started here with a little megaphony, but when we connect those dots, we kind of go up to those little prices. Are you doing that? Could you do something crazy like that? It could, man, but I wouldn't count on it, like just shooting up to the top of those patterns. Finding some place of resistance. I would just keep that just because it touches a few dots. It doesn't really touch enough dots for me. I'm not going to keep that. What I really like is this one. This one's flippy. I'm not big on that one yet. Just got to show me some more before I can fall for that. But nice rounded bottom, nice triangle shape, nice megaphone shape following it. It's a little kind of weird, but this might be getting ready to pop out of this rounded bottom, or it just could be making a butt crack and coming all the way back down here to make another big old butt cheek. So be aware, it is missing a butt crack. But holding this line, very good. That's a good sign. I'm not trying to scare you. It looks like it found support here and should start making higher highs and higher lows. Let's hope we can go to 612. And let's get a little hopium in. Does she want to target? Does she want to see where she wants to go next? She wants to go to 20, what is that? 540, which is, that's kind of where we were looking at before anyway. I'd be shooting for this one. Or this one. This one looks good too, the 0.5. There's not much between there, price-wise. It had a big hard drop, Once it gets past some of these levels, it could quickly go up to $10 to $12.64. So those are some great targets for near. Sounds crazy right now, right? I can't wait till we get in those price areas. Why would you think that it is not coming? Because it was clearly stayed above there before and hit $20 before. So we can't look at this and say, oh, that'll never happen. That's too bullish. Because we're just getting started in this crypto market, baby. Look at this big accumulation. This is when you want to be in. You want to make sure you got your bags packed around these areas, especially where we are now. If your bags are not packed on Rune, you better start DCAing, baby, because she can make some gains. Seeing some areas, there will be some struggles for dang sure. But you know what? She ever breaks back above this trend line. Ooh, that's when we can see these. This is going to be it. That's the big one. This is the big kahuna right here. That big orange line. Lots of confluence for this $5, $40, $30, $56, $5.50 area. Lots of confluence. That's going to be the big test there. And if she ever does get above it, I wouldn't expect it to just bounce through it. She'd have to fight there, but if she ever does get above it, that would be when the big move comes. Or it could just, work its way up slowly underneath this trend line. That would suck. DP says, how about Paul? How is Paul doing? So it's pawswap, right? Let's go with Gate.io. Looks like we charted it here before. Well, I got a fib drawn, but I can't see what the hell is going on. Stop cussing. Come to Jesus. So fib, if I drop in the bottom, it works out a lot better than just taking it from the impulse move. And normally that's what you do. You swing from a bottom to a high, wherever that high might be. I'm seeing that as a good sign that we're holding the 618 area. Never did come back down to wherever that was. It can come back down to, what is this, 15,828? We're at 23,118 right now. So that's to come back to retest that fib level and possibly this 200 moving average on the daily. Ooh, that's a 30% drop. No guarantees it's going to do it. It's doing some interesting things here. We got a channel going up and then a channel coming down. Let's go to a smaller time frame so we can see it. Let's get rid of that. Don't really need that trend line, do I? Yeah, you're kind of gone. So we had this kind of thing going on. And then we got this, really kind of like that. That's how it started. Now we got this. Does that put you here? Oh God, what'd I do? That lined up perfectly. Okay, so we're using a secondary trend line. I didn't copy that. For the love of God. And that lined up really nice with those two wicks. So, interesting. Pumping up, coming down. Why for would you do that? Why would you get rejected there? There's a story to be told here, and I want to find out what it is on pawswap. We're going to dissect this little baby and find out its little secrets. Make it cry to its mommy. This swing high to that swing low. Rejected off the 6180. Okay, I'm good with that. $6,180 down here, and you bounced off the 6,180. Isn't that cool how that happens? That's why 618s are so talked about. All right, oh, come on back down, baby. Come on. You got to give it to. And there you are, my little cheat. 2-7. You nailed it. Okay, so this, cross your fingers. That's a bottoming fib. A lot of times it's been showing a bottom when it come down to that, breaking that level. Use this a lot in the bear market to nail these bottoms. It also coincides with this little area. It did make a lower low though. Notice that it is lower than this one over here. So not the greatest news. It would have been so much better if it would just bounced off the top of it. All right, so there's a sign. That's a sign. This might be the bottom. Let's see what else we got. See, when you pull the fibs from a swing low to swing high, isn't it crazy how the 618s always come into the picture for you, regardless of which way you pull them? And that's why you hear everybody just automatically look for a 618. You can keep doing this ad nauseum. Like from this swing high to that. That one broke out the 618 though. That's a good song now. Broke the pattern. If she goes south, I'm just saying if by chance we're not down to a low, I'm projecting the 17,862 as the possible new lower low if she wants to make one. However, I like that she bounced off of this. We'll see if she can do some work. She needs to get, let's go ahead, let's get above. Yes. Right there. Gosh, I think I'm starting to become more of a fib person than a pattern person lately. Love my patterns, but my fibs just give me so much information. So this would be our accumulation below this. And if we're getting above it, which we are, we're on the right path. Let's come down to the smaller time frame, like the 4 hour. See, we're just not above that 200 moving average though. That's going to be the big thing. It's got to get above that 200 moving average before we really start making progress. And that needs to be on the 4 hour. It's starting to on the 1 hour. So she's making moves. She's making moves. Good. So if we can see it progressively knock out these 200 moving averages, like on the 1 hour, we're starting to get it on the 2 hour, the 4 hour, we're kind of gradually going up, and eventually, well, you've already got it on the one, you've already got it on the daily. That's what you need to know. Zooming out. Why didn't we zoom out in the first place? I should have started here. Why didn't I? That's usually what I do as my rules. Zoom out. That's where you get the best information. Boom shakalaka there. Gives another accumulation bib. That does not contradict at all. That actually just gives us more information. And it lined up perfectly with the other target we had. All right, so nice shape, flagging up. It broke this line, come back and retesting it. And looks like we're testing this area too, possibly testing these areas. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll just come back, hold this area, and then we start working our way up. Price rounds off, bust out, come back, flag out, go up high again. So we're looking at, we did this, right? That's at 1618, right? And that can possibly, on a bigger move, if you're patient for it, get us up to this area. Right about here. Boom. And that is 60919. Now that's a long-term play, but that could be a possible 173 gains. And don't forget, of course, the area that we had over here too. Previous highs. Those as targets as well. You might want to front run these. Any previous high that we had makes good targets, but I mean, for what it's doing here, man, make the big money. That's 100%, just going right back up to just to retest that area. So overall, looks good. Just patience on this one. Patience on this one, I think. She might come down a little bit, but she's doing the things, all the things she needs to do before a bigger move over the next few weeks, over time, in my personal opinion. Clearing out accumulation and getting ready for the bigger moves. Confluence right here for this area. Was that 61147, and then we got 63375. That is the actual 618 on a bigger time frame. Make it a bigger line. So those are great targets. Just gotta wait, and it's hard waiting sometimes. NCDT. nucocloud. It's over on MexC. It's on Uniswap. I got it on Uniswap. I FOMO'd into it right here on the live stream. And I guess this was confused with another one. I can't remember my exact same price, but it was pretty dang juicy. I'm up a lot. I put in. It's 10x for me now. Did I get in that early at 6? No, surely not. No, it wasn't that low. Okay, so it must be good. There's two of them that I FOMO'd in on, and they've both done really good. I think this one's done awesome. It was a little bag. This now, decent sized bag now. Anyway, what's she trying to do? Now we got to go to these wicks. See if we got anything that makes any sense there. Woo. All right, well, let's go with the candle bodies then. Candle body, candle body, candle body. We'll roll with that. And she's almost made it up to that area. She might still be working her way up there. Could we be seeing somewhere around 140? Still to go? We're at what, 116 now? That's pretty cool. This area seems to be holding. We got this pattern here, so that line is always going to be relative. If there is a pullback, those are the first places we need to look to see if it'll stick. The deal is we had this pattern started here. This trend line broke to the outside, did a nice little double bottom. A very cute one, if I might say. Broke back in the trend line. And then boom, when they do that, it's usually shooting up to the other side of that pattern. And when it's one of these broadening patterns, well, it's just so much cooler because it just goes to whatever that trend line is, man. So trade cool. Now we got to see, it should get rejected up here and then, probably come back to this 95-cent area and retest it by the time it makes it back. Wherever these wicks are would be good. I think that's also a Fibonacci area. So just back down in this general area eventually, but I think she's headed around 140 or something before. Sweet. Through it, baby. We likes it. Here's one that probably needs to be on your radar. She may be up a little high right now. It's Woo. Woo Woo. Woo Woo might be trying to do something bullish here, man. Look. Let's finesse this trend line a little bit and see what we can figure out. If I include all the stuff at the very beginning, it might include this stuff here, but that's it did. Yeah, it did. But I gotta swing it down to the bodies, right? There's that blue body. We're looking at something more along the lines of this, but see, it doesn't really, where does that fit in? He kind of does some janky stuff here. So that happens, you got to kind of question things a little bit. What am I missing? I'll let him zoom back far enough. Also in a broadening pattern here. Yeah, and it could come all the way back down to 20 cents. Who knows, baby? It needs to hold the previous levels. So that one right here needs to hold. That should be a nice little, oh yeah. That little wick over here, marking that little guy. Need to get a different color so I won't think he's a certain fib. Let's go with that color. I like that. So 33 cents would be the new floor area for this little guy, thereabouts. Gives or takes us a little bit, but she's probably going to get rejected up here. And I do have a target up here, 57. 48's already got hit, right? So that's gone. And these previous areas and also fib areas, 68 cents might come. I don't know. This is where it's going to get a little choppy fighting through here, but woo. So it's a little too high to get in right now. Maybe not as exciting then. One coin's also been popping off. Harmony, Tether. Yeah, she's been having a nice week, a nice couple of weeks here lately, coming from 1.5 penny up to 2 cents. Doesn't sound like much, you know, but you know, it's like a 40% move. That's nothing to sneeze at. Got a bigger measure move for the channel we broke out of with volume, sitting up here at 3.4 cents. It's main one I'm looking for right there. Let's paint him a measured move like he's supposed to be blue. Boom. She's about to come to the 2.2 target that we got, which is basically just the toppy tops right over here. You're not a measured move, I don't believe. Broke out of the channel, flagged out, retouched it, and now she's ready to just make her move. Let's double check her measured move. It's always good to go back, make sure you know you didn't screw up something. Think you got it right, then find out you didn't. Put that at the breakout. Yeah, we're coming right up to it. I likes it, rolling with that one. 618 is coming in at just right under 50 cents for this guy. That should be the next area that we tried to go to. One, looks like she's starting to do some things. Cool. A lot of them are starting to do some things. Number going up. Portfolios are going up. You're starting to make that life-changing money if you've been playing the slow game. And my Tangem portfolio, man, it's got to be up like 6x from where it was a few months ago. And I've moonbagged my biggest ones on there so far. I've still got a lot more to go, but my biggest bag's on there. Most of those are moonbagged already. Especially AGIX, which she pulled a fast one. Looked like she was going to give it up, and then she decided to go back up again. Top of my trend line here that she did reach so far. There might be a little bit more wiggle room. Around the 85 cent area, right? Ooh, did you nail it? Did you nail it? That had to be a fib, and I didn't draw a line. I just have nothing for a measured move. It's all fib. That, let's prove it. Boom shakalaka! She hit the 1618. That's what the fibs do, baby. Notice she did have a hiccup at the 127, which I normally put on there, but I remember saying, "Oh, this looks like a little bullish." Yeah, but if you come to the smaller time frames, you can see it went up to that area, had a little problem there. So they're both valid. They're all valid. All those fibs there are valid. But when I see those fibs, they speak to me and they help me get good money making targets. And hopefully you guys are picking that up when I'm laying it down. Man, the 127's your buddy. You need that on your fib and you need to use it. If you want to do what I do, you might have your own way, man. What works for you is what you need to go with, though. To me, it's all just about finding confluence, and I use indicators, but I'm also using the price action trend lines a lot, the fibs, and I'm looking for things that match up, and both of them agree. 2 or 3 things agree, baby, I count it as done. I'm running for it. I'm putting my money on it. And that's just it. And when you got so many things pointing to the same thing, whether it's through this system or any other system, might even turn the Elliott wave on and see what he says. That's a 3 wave coming back here to go to the upside. Elliott thinks we're coming back down here too before we blast off. That's another thing. All right, baby, let's do it. Sounds good. A lot of people see the same thing, or a lot of indicators see the same thing. So you're telling me there's a chance. I'm telling you there's a chance. 618 is the evil whore, right? I think Lucy's the evil whore. If we had to call something that, I would say it's a 666 moving average, because she surprisingly she means something in this whole thing. Can we find something where she might be giving some problems? Oh, man, this looks good on that. The 618 is the red moving average, and it's just not showing up here. Let's try something. That's this one right down here that I call the Lucy line. That's the one that I would call that, because if she's above price, and she'll sit on that price, and sometimes she just likes to get mad at price and knock it down like a big old balloon. That's the one I would go with. But 618? 618 is that middle ground that you can always, that little perfect area that things just kind of go back to. It's where the eye will gravitate to, like in art. And on the body, I think the 618 comes into about the heart level. It's just Fibonacci's bitching, man. It applies to so much. There's no wonder that it applies to trading and applies to everything, man. Plastic surgery, you name it. That's 618. It's a very instrumental number, golden ratio, especially in plastic surgery. Haven says, what's the breakout on Woo? Oh, what's the breakout on Woo? Let's go back. Woo! What was the breakout? If I'm understanding your question, if I'm thinking of breakout, I'm thinking of a trend line that it broke out of with some volume, which would have been right here for the breakout. So if you're looking at that for a retest of the breakout, all right, and that 40, also, okay, so when you get a breakout, especially the triangle patterns and things like that, there's a good percentage that they will come back to retest the areas. Normally it's the actual breakout price, but each one of these highs over here can also be a part that it comes back to and bounces. So that's something to look at for each of the previous highs. And if you see that bouncing, it's less likely that it's going to come back to these areas. And sometimes, man, when they retest, they just ride this trend line down. I hate that. You can see that a lot in the bearish market, but now we're not bearish anymore. Not seeing that so much. But yeah, every breakout has and Bukowski gives those percentages out there, but it's usually in the 60%, between the 60, 64, right through there, generally, where they kind of average around, that it will come back to the retest that area. And it's true. And not many of the pattern traders I see out there mention that. It's kind of like they try to, you know, what I see, they're on the small time frame and just trying to figure it out, flag to flag or pattern to pattern as to where it's going to go down. And I'm like, dude, just zoom out, man. Remember, you just bust out of this, you got a certain chance to come back. It's normal. And sometimes they catch it and sometimes I don't know, man. Everybody has their own different take on this, so you can't, you know. This is what I find most interesting. That would be the retest that might be. Well, the retest of all retest, it might do this. That's what I'm seeing right now. That looks very possible, breaking to the upside of that trend line. If that holds, we might be, I'm on what, the 6 hour? Let's come to the 4 hour. Oh, that looks juicy. So maybe that's where you're talking about the breakout, because that is a breakout with volume. That's a good sign. That's bullish as all get out. That's like 50 cents, buy. Have I got my order in for Woo? Excuse me for a moment after seeing that. La 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 la. Straight, I'm having that problem where I'm taking profits, but some of it's finding its way back into coins when I'm supposed to be pulling it out. I'm struggling with that right now, because there's a lot of things that are looking good right now, or like they're ready to pop. So getting in on some short-term things and things like that are really starting to tease with me. Woo. Oh, I do have a... Can you even call that a position? For real, dude. That's not even a nibble. That's like a crumb. That crumb's up 21% though. No, that's not bad. Okay, so I got some orders out. Okay, no, I got It's still a small bag, but it's not as tiny as what I thought it was. All right, well, you got something there. Okay. I got nothing to buy any with at the moment. Unless I move something around. SEILOR, just because I have an irresponsible amount loaded. SEILOR coin. That one I thought was a meme, but it wasn't, right? We looked at it and it looked, it's kryptonite, right? That one actually looked pretty cool. It made me nibble at it on crypto.com. I nibble at way too many coins. That is my downfall. I'll tell you that. I don't think it's the smartest move. I don't. I think it works against me a lot. I think I would have been more profitable if I narrowed it down to a certain number of coins, just to be honest with you. But then again, you guys, if you do that, then you see, oh, well, damn it. Out of this sector, I picked the one that didn't pop off. Mother. So kryptonite, SEILOR coin. I gotta get familiar with this one again. $18 million market cap, small, 1 billion maximum supply with an $18.5 million market cap. That's juicy, in my personal opinion. All-time high for this guy was 16 cents 2 months ago. It's down 60% from that. All-time low was 4 months ago, and if you got that all-time low, you'd be up like 25x. That's crazy. This little guy, SEILOR coin, kryptonite finance. It's liquid staking on SEI. Liquid staking is a big narrative. This is on SEI, hot new coin, hot new chain. I think it's a great play. Liquid staking is a big narrative. I've been saying that for since October 2022 is when it first came to my attention about the narrative. It started with ETH and liquid staking and it just spread out to everywhere else. It's going to be a big thing. So let's see what we got. SEILOR coin. Let's get our trend lines. Okay, so I got a gap on this one. I need to get to a bigger time frame. Get some of this noise out. Ooh, nice rounded bottom. Retested and boom, up to the top. What was that? 17 cents from... What was that? For real. Jeez, crazy. All right, so I want my trend line. That one actually does work on this time frame. I was looking at this little guy. Okay, so nope, that's true. There, you don't want to hear this, but there is a chance that she may come back down and retest the bottom of this trend line. Just saying. I know it sucks right now, but that's not too bad. We're at 6.5 cents right now, and it may be 5.7-ish. Thereabouts. The 100 moving average is down there too. It looks like we're losing the 21 as the 9 moving average crosses the 50. That's a pretty good, when those are crossing, that means we're probably going to lose it for real this time. And maybe coming back down to this area. Can we fib it? You can always fib you can fib everything. Probably an 886. Oh, 786 is right on it. Confluence. Boom. Go for it. I'd ride that. That's a 5.44 over on MexC. So there, bottom of the trend line, that little zone, great place to add this to your bag, in my personal opinion. With considering, you know, dumping out of this whole thing if it makes a lower low or breaks this trend line. Just throwing that out there. I don't want to ride it further all the way back down. At this point in the market, probabilities are more on our side that we'll get a bounce there and go higher. I mean, it is what it is. We're in a bull market. So all the cautions and warnings and everything, you know, cover your ass and all that, but it's probably going to bounce there. You don't have to be a genius to figure that one out. Didn't he make it to the 618? Well, you know that target's a coming. You know it is. That's going to be a... Ooh, got a measure move and a 1-2-7-2. Oh, baby. That's the one to hold up for right there. This area about 20 cents. That's the one to hold out for. And then this one, right at 12 cents. Right under 12 cents is the 618, where it'll probably get rejected there for real because it didn't even make it up there. That, if you could walk over to the left, it's this little area that it had trouble with. It looked like it was going to do so good. And all the flag players, because I don't know, the flag players love to play the flags. Yeah, they do sometimes, but not all the time. They can't play every time. You can't just keep flagging the flag, every flag you get. Eventually, something's going to break down. You need to know, why is that breaking down? They don't always meet those measure moves. I would look to the waves theory. 3 humps and a bump. 3 humps and a dump is an easy way to think about that. So, yeah, that little guy was a very big disappointment. What really happened is that you had this parabolic, that little rounded shape, and it lost it. I would get my tool out, but I don't want to do it. Lost it, and it's down and sideways for a while as a reaccumulation. So we're reaccumulating now. And that's why when we draw the fib 6, identify this little guy right here. That's kind of your little, that's your clue. When you get above it, you know things are getting ready to turn around for you. And we're just below that little guy. So we get above 7.2 cents, something like that, and hold it and count for 11 and even up to 20. Right now, about 5.3 is what I'm saying. That was not the chat. You're trying to get their Dragon NFT. Don't know what that is, but hey, work it. I think it'll pay off. Osmosis did for me. So getting in early on some of these initial things on these chains, man, I'm telling you. My pleasure, man. True Daredevil was gifted a membership by Haven. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Guys, it's now 12:43. I've been on this stream a little bit too long, but I did want to make sure I covered all these. I did list them out on Twitter too when I posted this stream. Make sure that I cover those once I do post. Navi's very interesting. Talked about that in the beginning. Orai's looking awesome. COTI is just knocking it out of the park. Look, she's that take profit zone. Does have a bright future for COTI is what it's looking like though. A lot of things are going up, and what the hell is going on with my life? Don't cuss, Road Dog. We'll be back again, but it looks like retail's starting to come into the market, possibly. Looks like we're getting the first little signs of that, and that's when it starts getting fun. Then wait till China joins on, and sometime they will. I don't know how or what, but when China comes in and Asia comes on full force, oh, then it's a party. Then it's a party because the Chinese love crypto. You just gotta let them have access to it. They will buy the crap out of it late at night, and that's why I'm a night owl, because I used to trade against Chinese. Old habits die hard. I miss them. Gosh, man, we'd be booming right now if China was in this, because they love it. Guys, good night. I will see you tomorrow on Sunday, the Lord's Day. Go say hi to God. God loves you. Keep that in mind. God makes life better, believe it or not. Good night.
Hey, buddy, why don't you and me, we have a little talk about the like button down here? I hit it. I think you should hit it too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the family.